Good morning, Admiral. As you know, COVID has hit the Navy hard with respect to training, and especially in-person or online training that we used to conduct. You've tasked us, the training department, to come up with a solution, and I'm here to inform you that we do have a solution. While we've been building the infrastructure for the Inspector General Academy, we've experimented with what's considered podcasting. Podcasting is a radio show type audio recording that allows us to reach not only our investigators and inspectors, but the veterans and support staff as well. One silver lining from COVID is the increased use of the available technology, such as SharePoint, Teams, audio recording studios that we've developed, and with some research and practice, we can put together a podcast that will meet our training needs to overcome the deficiencies that we've experienced. So let's talk about a few things. First is instructional. So if we can build a podcast that identifies the instruction from our course manual, from our instructions, from our directives, we can incorporate that into an audio podcast, maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on the topic. But we can take our course material and relay that. For example, how to process a case. What are the proper courses of action to take a case and move it to the next phase? We can actually build a 30-minute segment, upload it to the SharePoint, and allow people to download it and listen to it at their convenience. Another interesting topic that we're going to look into is topics developed from our town halls. So as you know, our town halls happen twice a month, where we have all the investigators and inspectors listening into the town hall, and they project questions of topical interests that are happening now, things that are relevant, problems that they're experiencing. We can address those topics. We can get subject matter experts, bring them in, and they can talk about certain things that are really perplexing our investigators out in the real world. And next is live capture. We can actually talk about live cases that we are working, witness recording, complainant recording, subject recording of interviews that we can capture, and with the permission of the subject, witness, or complainant, we can upload those to a file that can be listened to, so new investigators can see how the flow of an investigation interview can happen. So a couple of the mechanisms that we've identified that we can broadcast this new capability out, of course, is our town halls. So twice a month we can advertise, we could throw a little commercial in to explain exactly what a podcast is, get the Navy Inspector General Enterprise used to the thought of grabbing a podcast, downloading it, and listening to it, whether it's on their commute or in the office, or if they got a couple of hours extra at home, they can just download it and listen to it. We have the newsletter that goes out monthly. We can advertise there. And of course, we reach out to all of our training point of contacts throughout the enterprise, and we can include that in the training emails. So a couple of the statistics. Of course, you know this, but I want to rehash this so that you fully understand. Back in 2019, before COVID hit, our training department conducted 15 training venues, which were reaching out to about from 12 to 24 people in each of those training venues. So do the math. We're talking hundreds of new investigators and seasoned investigators that received training. After COVID hit in 2020, we did 0 training exercises because in-person and travel were all restricted, and we did not have anything set up to reach out to the enterprise. In 2021, now that we've kind of caught up a little bit and started doing some online training, we've done 4 training venues with about 10 people each, so we're talking 40 people that were trained in 2021. Now let's talk about 2022 and what we're looking at with our podcast library. We've already started constructing some links on the SharePoint that identify previously captured podcasts from other entities that talk about investigating or inspecting, so we can link those into our library already. We already have course recordings that we can publish, so courses of action to discuss the disposition of the case. We can then throw that onto into the library as well. We already have interview recordings. Again, with permission of the person being recorded, we can reach out and capture those interviews and give it to the new investigators to show them how we can actually conduct an interview. And then the creative phase, we start building our own podcasts. We've done a lot of research. We're really looking forward to be able to present our own podcast. We can bring subject matter experts in, and it's very exciting for us to be able to relay a new technology that we can push out to the enterprise and get training back up to where it needs to be. So in closing, Admiral, I really thank you for the opportunity to allow us to explore and take some risks, and especially the risk of developing a new technology and presenting it to the enterprise, because it is a change. And with your expertise, we hope that you can help manage that change with us and change this format so we can go out and reach to all the inspector generals around the world. Thank you.